What's up, blockchain? This is Nick from Truth Blitz. Hope you guys are having a good evening. Definitely did not intend on doing a video at night, but was a little busy earlier today. Crypto Blood and myself recorded the next episode of the Block Party podcast, and I'm excited for you guys to see it. It's we had one of my favorite YouTube personalities as a guest, so you guys don't want to miss it. So let's take a look at the market. Things are looking a little bit better right now. We have $336 billion in overall market cap. We're still way down in overall cap, but things, as I said, are starting to turn around slightly. Bitcoin dominance 42.7%, so that continues to climb. And we have Bitcoin at 8,515, up 2.24% currently. So as you can see, we have a mix of green and red on CoinMarketCap, and we're going to take a look at Crypto Blood's chart quickly. And as you can see, we did break above this resistance line, so we have been above it for some time now, a good few hours anyway, most of today, and hopefully this will just continue to trade along this line, and then as his line goes, go up. So that's what we're looking for. So I want to talk about this article currently. SEC official says dozens of crypto investigations are underway, and found out today that Veritaseum must be one of them, because what the SEC did was essentially tell Reggie Middleton he had to shut down the Vader beta, stating, I believe, that they did not see it as a closed beta. So Reggie's not putting up a stink about it, and I am sure a man of his stature is going to take all the steps necessary to ensure he's in regulatory compliance. He is a man of vision, so he is not going to let that vision get stifled. So that is just one of the dozens of companies we're talking about. So a top official at the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has confirmed the existence of numerous investigations into ICO campaigns. On Thursday, Stephanie Avakin, co-director of the SEC's Enforcement Division, said the agency has dozens of investigations that relate to cryptocurrency and ICOs, according to Bloomberg BNA. During an appearance at this week's Investment Advisor Association conference in Washington, D.C., during her remarks, Avakian said the agency is seeing a lot in the crypto space. "We are very active, and I would just expect to see more and more," she told the conference. Reports that the SEC had issued subpoenas to startups running ICOs emerged earlier this month, though the legal requests appear to have begun last year. As previously reported, the agency is looking for every detail surrounding token sales, one industry lawyer told CoinDesk. SEC officials have said previously that they are looking into the space for illegal activity with a particular focus on token sales. Reports indicate that the agency might also be looking into sales that involve simple agreements for future tokens, SAFTs, which effectively act as a promise to eventually distribute tokens in exchange for immediate funds. So we knew this was happening. I've talked about this. Many people have talked about this. And what I'm looking for is to find out, I really want to know what companies they're really going after. And I'm sure little by little, as I just talked about Veritaseum, we'll find out more and more. But still on the subject of regulation, we have this article also from Cointelegraph. U.S. Congress divided on crypto, from regulation is a wet blanket to crypto is a crock. The Subcommittee on Capital Markets, Securities and Investment convened Wednesday, March 14th, to discuss the future cryptocurrencies, digital currencies, ICOs, and blockchain developments in the U.S. Throughout the course of the proceedings, it became clear that the panel of 4 crypto and blockchain industry experts was more or less in agreement that further regulatory clarification from the U.S. government is necessary. However, the committee members representing different parties and wide range of ideologies displayed a range of positions from condemnation to hands-off encouragement. Following opening remarks, representatives on the committee interviewed the panel of experts on topics ranging from the efficacy of current regulations and regulatory bodies like the Commodities Futures Trading Commission and Securities Exchange Commission, to cybersecurity and the nature of initial coin offerings. Representatives who were unfamiliar with cryptocurrencies and blockchain took the chance to clarify these terms with top experts. The industry expert panel that appeared before the subcommittee as witnessed consisted of legal professionals from various spheres: Mark Lemfris, Chief Legal and Risk Officer at Coinbase; Dr. Chris Brummer, Professor of Law at Georgetown University; and Robert Rosenblum, a partner at Wilson, Sonsey, Goodrich, and Rosati, specializing in cryptocurrency and blockchain companies; and Peter Van Valkenburg, a self-proclaimed crypto lawyer and the Director of Research at CoinCenter. Per the format of House committee hearings, each witness was allowed 5 minutes, a 5-minute statement, and then representatives then proceeded with their own question sessions of 5 minutes each. So I'm not going to read this whole article as it is long, but regulation is being talked about constantly. So, you know, we just see the title of this next section here. We have regulation in place. We just need clarity. And I'm sure that we are going to get that clarity soon. And I have a feeling that, providing they really don't come down with some overly heavy-handed regulation, that once we get that clarity, we're going to see a huge increase in market cap. Crypto is down, but not out. You know, I really think that in the near future, we are going to see prices start rising back up to our previous highs. Yes, there's going to be a lot of companies that are going to cease to exist, unfortunately. Actually, it's not unfortunate. Unless, of course, you're invested in one of those companies, then it's unfortunate. But there are too many companies that, let's be realistic here, there is no need for them. We need to weed out the scams. We need to weed out the ones that are giving false hopes to people. We don't need a token for everything. So I really truly believe that once this regulation is clarified and, I guess, set in stone, that we're going to see the market really start rising. And, you know, I've said this before, multiple people have said this before, we are not going to see any significant institutional money into the market until we have solid regulation. Now, that doesn't mean that I am for regulation. I think we should be able to self-regulate. I think that would be ideal. However, I can see both sides of the argument, because it is a valid and true statement that we're not going to see a substantial rise in market cap and that institutional money pour into the space until we have that regulation. So again, that is just the way things are. I hope that, and I've said this before, you know, get your portfolios in order. Do a second round of research on these companies that you're invested in, because, you know, we don't know which ones are going to make the cut in the eyes of the regulatory bodies. Look at things like, did they market them to U.S. residents? you know, there's a bunch of variables you have to look at. You know, is this a blatant security, even though they're calling it, you know, a utility token? So, you know, as I said, there are many variables one is going to have to look at to determine. I'm not telling you go sell your assets and put them into one crypto or another. I just know that this is something I personally feel I need to do. And, you know, just go from there. Quickly, before I end the video, I wanted to announce, if you didn't already know, which if you were into the ICO, you probably already knew, that Debitum has finally been listed. Currently, it's up 26.61%. Right now, we're at 8.5 cents. Last night, it was 6.5, so we're up 2 cents, which is good. And let's take a look at markets. I know it got listed on KuCoin. Yeah, KuCoin, DDEX, and Like Exchange. So, you know, obviously the majority of the volume is at KuCoin, and we're just gonna have to sit and wait and see what happens with that one. But I do not remember the exact price that it ICO'd at. But you know, it is good that it got listed on such a big exchange, and it is, in my eyes, a good project, even though it is not the same as Populous. It is in the same sphere. So, as I said in a previous video, there is room for more than one company in a given area, depending on what the area is. In this area, yes, definitely. You know, there are others that we don't need an area flooded with, you know, more than one or two companies. And, you know, you're going to have to look at things like first mover advantage to decide which one's best. You know, look at what a company has done so far. Do they at least have a beta? Do they have an active product? Do they have a market? You know, there's different things you're going to need to look at. But this is one area, the invoice factoring area, where, you know, currently in the traditional invoice factoring sphere, there are many companies who do that. So why couldn't there be more than one on the blockchain? So anyway, guys, that is it for now. Make sure you guys look for the Block Party podcast episode. We're probably going to release that Sunday. You guys can check out my non-crypto channel for other videos that I make, although some of them might be a little controversial. And that's pretty much it, guys. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.